Hello, everybody. Welcome back to a brand new episode of the DE podcast. It has certainly been quite a while since we last had our podcast. I think probably 3, 4 weeks. Um, you know, we've both been busy. I've been playing tennis every weekend, so this is the one time where I don't have it. But definitely a lot has been happening. Playoffs are right around the corner. Probably like 5, 6 days left of the entire season, which is crazy to think that it's over. But definitely, it's going to be super exciting for the playoffs. So I think before we begin, obviously, make sure to like and subscribe on YouTube. On Spotify, we've been crushing it. Our latest podcast actually had 3,000 views.
Wow.
And then also on Instagram, just continue looking out for posts and short videos. So I think we can jump right into it. We have the first topic. We talk about this team every single podcast, but we're gonna do it again. So the Lakers they're not in the playing spot. So the Lakers are currently 31-46. They're 15 games under 500, and they're 2-8 in their last 10. LeBron and Anthony Davis are both back. They still can't win, and they lost to the Pelicans. And tonight, LeBron is out due to an ankle injury. So that places even more pressure on the team. I guess a positive, maybe that LeBron will probably win the scoring title, but they're one game behind the San Antonio Spurs for the final spot. Will they make the play-in? So I think I'll start with my thoughts. Like the thing that's kind of like frustrating about it is that LeBron, AD, and Russ are all there, yet they still lose to the Pelicans. I mean, the Pelicans are good and all, but it's not acceptable to lose to that type of team when you have three guys. And it even looks like Anthony Davis is like what, 26 years old, maybe something like that, late 20s. He looks like he's like old. It looks like he's like in his mid 30s and that he's not playing ball the way he usually did. He finished against the Spurs with 23-10, I believe. But LeBron just needs more company. I mean, LeBron's doing too much for the team not even to make the playoffs. He's scoring a little bit more than 30 a night. He's on the road. He has scored more than 37,000 points this year. He's on the road to pass Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for most all time in scoring. So it's kind of like I mean, I'm not a Lakers fan, so I don't really care. But I think for most Laker fans, it would be pretty frustrating. Yeah, that's what I think about it.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. It's just like, do I think they'll make the play-in? No, I think they're done because LeBron's out tonight. Like they're literally playing like the Mavericks, the Grizzlies. They're just playing like their last 5 games are all against playoff teams who are gonna be very good this season. So I don't think that they're gonna get any more wins this year. And
Yeah,
I think it's just like,
for sure.
yeah, I think it's just like a very disappointing year, honestly, because like I remember coming in, everybody on ESPN, all those analysts, they're like, oh, the Lakers, they're gonna be the 1 seed. They're gonna get to the playoffs. They're gonna be in the finals.
To be fair, like at the beginning of the season, we didn't think that the Suns would go six. We knew that the Suns would be good, obviously, but we didn't think there would be 63 games with all wins. Like that's crazy. Then the Warriors. I mean, the Warriors with their actually falling a little bit had a very impressive win against Utah, with that 18-0 run to win the game. But we definitely didn't expect the Grizzlies to be that good. Utah and Denver are both strong. Dallas has been extra. I mean, I'm not trying to use like big vocabulary words here, but they've been extraordinary. They're currently up by 15 against the full healthy Bucks. They're about to win that. Luka's playing, and I think that the difference between this year and then those other years where they lost to the Clippers, where is the chemistry. I mean, I feel like there's more chemistry with it. There's Doncic, there's Spencer Dinwiddie with the backcourt. And then you have Dorian Finney-Smith, Dwight Powell, Maxi Kleber. So if you just look at this team, you wouldn't think there's anybody good except for Luka. But actually, it's like the whole team is like decently balanced with one superstar, which kind of reminds me of the Raptors in 2019. I'll be honest about that. I think that like all these okay players and then Kawhi is there to kind of like surrounding it. So I think the Lakers just don't have that. I think the Lakers are an old team. I mean, obviously they are an old team, but their starting lineup tonight is Russell Westbrook, Avery Bradley, Dwight Howard, Anthony Davis, and Malik Monk. And they're playing against the Nuggets, and the Nuggets do have Jokic, Aaron Gordon, Will Barton. Like they have everybody who's in the lineup. So the Lakers are in a tough situation in their season right now. One thing that I don't know, it's kind of I think the Lakers it's a problem. I think I'm kind of I mean, I think LeBron's gonna probably stay in LA during the offseason, but at the same time, I think they have to bring in more young talent, similar to Austin Reeves in a way. I think they need to bring players similar to him because he's young. I think those type of guys would surround LeBron very well. And I think that could be a winning team.
Yeah, and actually, let me ask you this question. I want to see if you know. Has Anthony Davis played under or over 40 games this year, like so far?
Ooh, that's tough. I'm gonna say under.
Yeah, he's played under 40 games. He's played only like 37 games this year. He's literally signed to like, I don't even know how much, like probably over 40 million a year. And he didn't even play half the season. So like when you're getting that out of your supposed, like he's supposed to be the number one guy, even to win over LeBron sometimes. Like when you're getting that out of someone, you cannot expect to like even win games. So
yeah,
I think Anthony Davis needs to like find a better like conditioning coach or whatever, because he's just been constantly injured. His injury history has just gotten worse and worse in the past few years.
yeah. I mean, I'm still kind of thinking like, what would the Lakers do in the offseason? Like, regardless of how they do the playoffs this year, or if they even make it, like just like what they do in the offseason, what Rob Pelinka does. Will LeBron go to Cleveland? No, I'm kidding. Actually, no, I'm kidding. But like, will Rob Pelinka trade out these old guys? Hopefully, make a couple smart picks in the draft, bring some young talent in.
All
Honestly,
right,
I
here.
think
Let me ask you. I'll just go down some of the Lakers players. You tell me if they should be traded or like they should be kept. So first, Russell Westbrook. What's gonna happen to him?
kept. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. And now I'm gonna
First
traded,
player out of Los Angeles.
traded.
Carmelo Anthony.
That's tough because it's not like Carmelo is that like I mean he's old obviously, but he's actually not that bad. I mean he shoots well from the 3-point range. Um, I mean he's on the bench too, so I don't know if he would go to that starting position, would it be bad for him in terms of his stamina? Um, I don't know. That's kind of what do you think? Because for me it's kind of like controversial.
Well, he's only on a 1-year deal, so I don't even know if they can trade him. But I think they should just not keep him because, like, yeah, he can be good, but like I feel like he can't be. You cannot. They literally play Carmelo Anthony as like sometimes they play him at center. Like you cannot expect a 37-year-old, I guess you normally power forward or small forward to be your starting center at
Yeah.
like this time. So I don't think he's a good fit for this team. And since they're gonna like, I think they should just try and revamp their roster a lot, honestly. Another person I guess would be Malik Monk. What would you do with him?
Malik Monk, I mean, I think that if LeBron and all these guys are out, then he would be the option to be good. Um, how old? I mean, I think he's probably in his 30s. There's no way he's in his 20s, but let's see. Malik's 20. How's he 24?
Because he was drafted in like 2018.
He's 24. He looks like he's 44.
What?
No, he actually looks like old. Like that's crazy. Well, I'm gonna see. He was drafted in 2017. What? Wait, that makes me feel stupid. Wait, wait. Okay, then maybe keep Malik Monk. I guess. Yeah, keep Malik
Yeah,
Monk.
I would keep him.
Trade Dwight Howard.
I would Boston Reeves. I think trade Dwight Howard, trade Avery Bradley, like just don't sign them again. And here's the thing. Okay, let's just pretend if LeBron leaves, because it's his 4th year. He obviously spent 4 years with the Heat, 4 years with the Cavs, might spend 4 years with the Lakers too. If he leaves, I think they should trade Anthony Davis for like a bunch of picks and like young players and just rebuild because
Yeah.
Anthony Davis is just like way too injured all the time to be good for them, honestly. Like the past 2 seasons, he's just been constantly battling like ankle injuries, knee issues. So I would probably trade him. But I guess speaking of injured players, we can kind of talk about Steph Curry and the Warriors now, because he actually just got injured actually it's been about half a month since that. On March 16th, he got injured. And he's seemingly out for the rest of the regular season, which is pretty interesting for the standings because since his injury, the Warriors have been 2-7. They dropped from the 2nd seed to the 3rd seed. The Grizzlies have, I think, a 3 or 4 game lead ahead of them now, and they're only 1 game ahead of the Mavericks for the 3rd spot. So they might even end up as like the 4th seed by the end of this season. So, do you think that they'll be able to like win a first round series if he doesn't come back early enough?
I mean, if you would have asked me this like 4 days ago, I would have said no. But then after seeing what they did against Utah, I realized that if these guys like Klay Thompson, Jordan Poole, if they step up, then they have a legitimate chance of winning. I believe they said that Curry's supposed to come back for the start of the playoffs, though. So even if the Warriors would miss a game or two without him, they have home court advantage. So they have like the whole crowd to rally with. Clay, Jordan Poole, Andrew Wiggins. I mean, I think that what they did against Utah, if all those guys step up, go big on offense, I think that's the main thing with offense because Steph Curry is obviously a good shooter. Um, so I definitely think that Steph Curry obviously impacts them a lot, but I think that the Warriors can still win. I mean, if you're asking about the Suns, probably not. They did almost beat the Suns though, without Steph Curry.
I'm more talking about like the Jazz or Nuggets. That's probably who they're gonna play.
Yeah. No, I think it would be close. But if you're talking to me about Curry not being there for the entire series, I think that they would probably like that's tough because Andrew Wiggins still not like it's kind of weird to think about it because Andrew Wiggins has like no playoff experience. Like their whole team has like no playoff experience. Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, and Jordan Poole was there, I think, in 2018, but he didn't play. So I think that the entire team does not have any playoff experience except for those two guys. So I think it would be tough. But again, you've seen those teams. You've seen, the 2020 Lakers. You saw Phoenix and Milwaukee last year. You saw Toronto in 2019. These teams that had no playoff experience just come in and go far. So I think anything can happen. I think it's all about the chemistry part about it. And if the chemistry is good and if they take care of business offensively and then hopefully get some good defensive possessions, I think they can win.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. I honestly think that the Jazz, like, they're always good in the regular season. But I don't think that they'll make it that far in the playoffs. I think the Warriors, who like just are better. I think the relationship between Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell is just probably not that great. I think because Rudy Gobert is gonna be a free agent this summer. I wouldn't be surprised if he leaves, honestly. Because of that whole COVID thing. When he, I think after that, Donovan Mitchell has just not been a fan.
Yeah.
So I think the chemistry, like you said, is probably way better with the Warriors group, and they just have much more playoff experience. So I think they could beat the Jazz without Curry, but he'll probably be back, and so they'll be fine in the end.
But
Anyway,
again, but then also something that's important is how will Steph Curry play in his first games back from his injury?
he'll drop 40. Just watch.
All that could happen too, but you can't just think, oh, they're a star player. Like they're gonna come back playing good. It's not that you never know. They could come back not play good at all, and you'd need the team to kind of rally around you. So it'll be interesting. I think the playoffs this year are way different than the years before. I'm super excited for them. Not because of like the Warriors or the Suns, but because of the Raptors. Because we're the 5 seed. But no, I definitely think that it's gonna be interesting. I mean, every single team in the playoffs right now, or I should say top 6, Like they have a chance. Each single team, especially the East, I think, has a chance of going far. Not because I'm a Raptors fan, but because their teams like the Sixers, the Bucks, the Celtics, the Heat, the Bulls, the Raptors, and then the play-in has Brooklyn, Charlotte, Atlanta, and Cleveland. Four like really good teams. Like, what if Brooklyn and the Cavs don't even make it? What if the Hornets and the Hawks go into the playoffs? I mean, for me, I would want to see the Hawks make the playoffs, and I would want to I want to see the Nets go to the playoffs. I want to see if they can really test themselves against those big teams. I saw a statistic. I forgot what team it was. I think it was the Bulls. And I think that statistic said that like they have a humongous losing record against the top three teams in each in each conference.
Yeah,
Um,
I
so
think I
it'll
saw that.
be yeah, right. So I definitely think that it'll be interesting, and it's gonna be. I think every game, every series will be fun, even if you're not a fan of that specific team.
Bro, it's so it's so weird that the Nets are the 10th seed and the Lakers are the like 11th seed. Like
Wait, the Nets are 10th seed.
the Nets are 40 and 38, and they're the 10th seed behind the Hornets, who are also 40 and 38, which is crazy considering it's like Kyrie and Kevin Durant.
Right.
Like I cannot believe that like the East is just so good this year.
Yeah, the East is much better than it used to be. Even like the Raptors, right? I like
The
12
Raptors.
games. Shut up. So it's like 12 games above 500 in the Western Conference. You would probably be like, I mean, yes, you would probably be the fifth seed, but between like the sixth and seventh seed, there's like a 5 game difference. Then the seventh and ninth seed is another like 5 game difference. The Lakers are like, I don't even, the Lakers are like way behind Phoenix. They're like 20 something games behind Phoenix, which is absolutely nuts. I think it's because the Phoenix Suns are doing so good because the first seed in the East, I think it's right Miami right now. They have 49 wins, I believe. And then Phoenix has 63. So I think that it's a big differential, but it's going to be exciting no matter what. I think
Yeah,
you're going to expect like matchups in the first round that you would expect in the conference finals.
like the Nets could literally be playing the Heat. Well, they would have to right now because then I think the Nets will beat the Hornets first first round. But then after that, all they have to do is beat the Hawks for that 8th spot. And they if they do that, it's literally going to be Heat versus Nets as the first round matchup, which is something you would think is like a conference finals championship, which is like insane, right?
Yeah, it is insane because I mean, I think the Nets got extremely unlucky with the whole KD situation. He got injured so many times. So and then obviously like they just went down the drain and I look, I mean, I'm looking like they lost to Milwaukee by 1, which was that was a great game. They lost to Atlanta by 7, where Trae Young literally went insane. And Kevin Durant got 55 points in that game. 55, and they still lost. Beat the Pistons, lost to Charlotte, beat Miami, lost to Memphis, beat Utah, beat Portland, lost to Dallas, beat Orlando, beat the Knicks, beat the Sixers, Hornets, lost to Celtics and the Heat and the Raptors. So the Nets are playing really good teams. So it's not like we can say, hey, they're losing to bad teams. Like they're not a good team. They have a tough schedule. Like that's also that one of the challenges in the NBA is you have tough schedules. Um, they make you heard me say some teams, the Bucks, the Heat, the Raptors, Sixers, like all those teams are tough to beat. So um, I think the Nets have to do a better job of, taking care of like they're taking care of those bad teams, but they have to take care of the good teams and win at least 50% or more of those games.
Yeah, and actually, funny thing, there was an interview I like I don't know when it was, maybe last week, where Frank Vogel he was talking to the media and he was like, LeBron should be the MVP this year, um, over any other players in league. So it kind of got me thinking about like, who do you actually think is the MVP? Because there's no LeBron cannot win the MVP as the 11th seed who doesn't make the
that
playoffs. 15 games,
that would be
so like,
hilarious.
who would be your MVP pick? ESPN would do it though because they love LeBron.
Yeah, but that's tough because there's so much like so many guys have improved. DeMar has been amazing. Trae Young's been amazing. I mean, I don't know if he's going to be in the MVP talks, but DeMar Giannis and B Jokic. I mean, I haven't even watched that much of either one of those people. I probably watched DeMar the most just because, I mean, I mean, I've watched the Bulls a lot just because like they've been in tight races with the Raptors, so I'm always intrigued to see how they're playing. But yeah, I don't know. The MVP's. I mean, obviously, it also kind of like a little bit of it depends on how your team does. The Bulls have come out of nowhere to be really good. I mean, I think it was kind of expected because of how they did in the offseason with all the trading. Um, I think it depends on who goes farther in the playoffs. I think.
Yeah, I personally, I'm gonna give it to Embiid because I just like biased a little bit. I really want Embiid to win it because I love Embiid. He's a funny guy. He's not like dominant. So I gotta give it to Embiid over Jokic personally. But also I feel like ESPN actually.
Hmm. All right, guys. It looks like you guys see Akmer's nice little smile right here. Akmer, I don't know if you can hear me, but your entire audio and video. Oh wow, he left. Okay. All right, guys. So it's just me here. Some technical difficulties, but it's okay. It happens. But um, I think I can just talk more about the MVP choice and kind of analyze those good players and the good teams. So DeMar DeRozan has definitely surprised me this year. With Giannis and B, Jokic, and then I don't know. Aikman, I know you're here. I'm just trying to entertain the fans. But um, I think that hmm, for the MVP, Embiid's just been amazing this year. I think with the whole team environment, it's been better with James Harden and then Ben Simmons leaving. So I definitely think that you know he has his right to be MVP. Um, so I think it would be Embiid. Yeah, I would agree with you on that.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, but ESPN's probably gonna give it to Jokic or like the media. I
Yeah,
like Jokic. But, like we need a new MVP.
yeah. All right, guys. So we actually have something different that we're going to be doing. We don't do this in actual podcast, but we have a playoff prediction. So assuming the standings will be, relatively the same as at the end of the season as now, who is your champion this year? And we're going to be judging that. So we're going to discuss round by round. And we actually have a playoff bracket. Um, and we never do this except we do this in our live stream sometimes. We're going to be sharing our screen. Um, and I mean, I think the whole concept of it is just talking about who we think is going to win. And we never really talk about like every single team. We usually talk about like just like big teams, but I think in this case we can talk about the smaller teams. Um, so yeah, I'll present it right now. And also we can annotate on it, which is cool. So I will present. And I think I'll go with my opinion first. And then
Or we
we
can just
can
do probably. I probably have the same opinion. We can just do it like the same time.
yeah. All right. So okay. Does it work? It works. Okay, good. So wait, I think I should scroll down a little bit. Um just to see. Okay, I think I have to make this a little bit bigger. My fault. Oh, no, we don't need it. All right, that's better. There it is. Okay, yay. All right. So we have okay, we're here. So for the plan, I think we can talk about the plan for now. So let's talk with the West. We have the Pelicans and the Spurs. Who are we gonna have taking that?
Pelicans,
Now,
right?
Pelicans. I think Pelicans, they have a big chance of doing it. They have the roster to do it too. The Spurs are good with DeJounte Murray, but I think the Pelicans will take it. So we're gonna do a little circle, and then we're gonna put the Pelicans over there. We're not gonna be drawing the logo because we're too lazy to do that. Um, no, I'm kidding. We just don't want to do it. And then for the other Western Conference, we have the Minnesota Timberwolves going against the LA Clippers. I have the Timberwolves.
Yeah, I think of the Timberwolves too, because Karl Anthony Towns is like goat,
Yeah,
the greatest.
now the Clippers are good and all. Like, and they've impressed me. And Paul George is back, and it's not like it's the 4 game series; it's 1 game. But I think the Timberwolves have been so dominant. I think the Timberwolves will take it, and so that means that the Pelicans will be playing the Suns, and then the Timberwolves will go ahead and play the Memphis Grizzlies in that first round. A really good series, if I'm being honest, to start off the playoffs. And then I think we can move on to the Eastern Conference. Now, in the Eastern Conference, we have the Charlotte Hornets and the Brooklyn Nets. I think it's kind of okay. They played
Wait,
last week. They played exactly a week ago, and the Hornets won with
is that
the net.
is that game gonna be home or away though? For like with like which team?
Now there's still 4 games left, so Brooklyn or Charlotte. If it's in Charlotte, I'm probably going to go to that game, unless it's during the weekend. Actually, when is the play-in tournament? Is it like during the weekend, during the week? I mean, I think they should probably do during the weekend so everybody can go. But it says Tuesday, April 12th through Friday, April 15th. So I will probably go to a game. But the Hornets are playing the Nets. I mean, if it's in Charlotte, I don't know, because when it was in Charlotte, the Nets won and Irving dropped 50. And then when they played in Brooklyn, the Hornets won. So like both teams won on the road. And then they played like during like the first 10 games of the season. So I mean, I think in my opinion, playoff KD is unmatchable. So I'm gonna go with Brooklyn. What do you think about it?
Yeah, I agree with you. It's just here's the only thing. If it's at home and they still have is Kyrie allowed to play at home yet?
Yeah, he has been allowed for like a week and a half.
Oh, okay, yeah, then we'll be good. Yeah, I got the Nets all the way.
So we have the Nets and the Heat in the first round. Now that's a toughie, but we have the Cleveland Cavaliers with LeBron. No, I'm kidding. Against playing against the Atlanta Hawks. I'm going with Cleveland.
Yeah, I'm going with Cleveland too.
Now that game is super tight, but I think with Garland, Mobley, Jared Allen, I think with the big men with rebounding and defense, they can do some good stuff on Trae Young. I mean, I think Darius Garland and Trae Young will be a really intriguing matchup over there. So yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna go with them. Okay. Now I will move this over here. Oh, I guess we can do that. Oh, guys, we're not experts. It's the first time. Okay, so first round. Okay. We can use text. It's actually better. I'll type everything. So we have Pelicans. Pelicans. Guys, this is the official playoff bracket of the DE podcast. Then we have the Nets. Then we have the Cavs. All right. So I think we'll start with the West and we'll go on. And then for the second round, we'll start with the East and then and so on and so forth. So first round, we have Suns versus Pelicans. I wonder who's going to win this playoff series. Maybe I think the Pelicans in 7.
Pelicans in 4.
So I think that we say who's going to win and in how many games. So I'm going to say Suns in 4.
I say Suns in 5. Pelicans get 1 game.
Huh. I mean, in New Orleans, you already know the playoff is going to be like intensity will be electric. So, and I think the Suns in 4. Let's say Suns in 5, but I think that the Suns will win it. I mean, I'm kind of debating.
You can use the text to get it, Daniel.
No, I want to actually like color it. This is such a nice bracket. I'm not gonna lie. This is better than the NBA playoff bracket challenge. Um, okay, guys. So next we have the Mavericks and Jazz. Now that's a really tough one
I
because
think it can go either way, though. You know.
yeah, I'm gonna say Mavs in 7.
Yeah,
I
I agree
think
with you. I like
I
that.
I think that 7 will be in Dallas. I think I'm excited to see what Spencer Dinwiddie has to offer in the playoffs. I think it's gonna be super competitive.
And I think that after the Mavs beat the Jazz, I think Rudy Gobert is gonna be gone, and the Jazz are gonna have to figure something out, something new.
Yeah. So for the second round, we have the Suns versus the Mavs here. Then we have the Grizzlies and the Timberwolves. Now I'm gonna say Grizzlies and I'm gonna say Grizzlies.
In
And
6.
yeah, that sounds like it.
But you know,
I
here, like we're gonna say Grizzlies, but I feel like maybe the Timberwolves. I'm not gonna say it's my actual prediction, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's an upset.
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, I agree with you. Dude, this is so unorganized.
It's so, it's so good.
It's okay. It's okay. We're experts. We're experts. Okay. So we have the Grizzlies, and then we have Warriors Nuggets. Now, let's just assume that Steph Curry comes back for the playoffs. I'm gonna say Warriors in 7
I agree. That's exactly what I was gonna say.
because Mavericks. The Nuggets can bring a lot of playoff intensity, and I think Jokic will go off. But I think the Warriors will figure out a way to kind of secure him defensively in those games. So, guys, for the second round, we have Suns, Mavs, and Grizzlies, Warriors. I think we'll go on to the Eastern Conference for the first round of that, and then we'll come back to the West. So, we have Heat versus Nets. An
Oh my god,
insane first round.
I can't decide. Honestly, it's too hard. Nets. I'd say Nets.
Nets in 6.
Nets in 6. I like that. I think the Nets will get it, and I think the Heat are just gonna be like, "Why are we even here?" Like they're gonna just be like, "We got an unfair playoff bracket."
Yeah, like this morning, I was like watching TikToks where like people were like doubting Miami, and then like there's like some like, and then people were saying like Miami's gonna like win, and then you play the Nets in the first round, and you're like doomed. But
Yeah,
again, but again, it's the eighth seed, right? The Nets and the Hornets have like the same record, and then the Hawks and the Cavs both have a chance like getting to the sixth seed. Um, like the Cavs are the seventh seed. Yeah, because the Bulls are the sixth seed. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay,
it's weird. Like the Nets and Bulls were at the top of the standings in like December, but now
and
they're
not yeah, not even December, like January. But next we have Sixers Raptors.
this better be
Okay,
biased. This better not be biased.
non
Raptors in 4.
okay, non-biased. Raptors in 7.
I actually agree because the Raptors they always lock up Joel Embiid, so I agree.
We've done such a good job against Joel Embiid and the Sixers. We swept them in the season series with James Harden in 2 of the 3 games. Siakam is going to be crazy in the playoffs. Hopefully, OG Anunoby and Preston Achiuwa are our best defensive players, and they've done a good job on Embiid in those games. So non-biased, I'm going to go with Raptors in 7.
Yeah, I agree. Joel Embiid is gonna average like I guarantee he's only gonna average like 20 points the whole series.
Yeah.
And then they'll be like they'll give the MVP award and be like
No, 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 no. Wait, oh, here.
Oh, whoa, what is that? What is that? The champs?
No, I'm kidding. Raptors. Wait, all right. So next series we have the Bucks versus the Cavs. Now that's a big one, but I'm gonna say Bucks in 6.
I agree. Bucks in 6. Easy.
I think that the Cavs do not have playoff experience. I think Giannis will come out and he's gonna be dominant from the tip of the first game. Um, and I think
Yeah.
the Cavs will get a couple games, but I think they'll be close. I think the Bucks will crush them in the first game, and then the Cavs will find a way to tie the series up, go to Cleveland, they're gonna win game 3, and they're gonna lose or something along those lines, right? Like where it's 1-1 going to Cleveland. You don't know what's gonna happen. Um, but we have the Celtics versus the Bulls. Now that's another big series. Why is this first round? Why isn't this third round? Um, I'm gonna go with Boston in 5.
Yeah, I agree because the Bulls they literally just lose to any good team, even though they've like
And the Celtics just played against the Wizards. They won by 50
50.
or 40, something like that. Yeah, something
Jeez.
like that.
And like, here's the thing though. You remember when the Celtics were like 18 and 22, and we were saying they were such a disappointment, like
Yeah,
in December.
yeah. And now they're like one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference.
It was kind of funny actually.
So, guys, we have the second round. So we have the Suns versus the Mavs, the Grizzlies versus the Warriors, the Bucks versus the Celtics, and the Raptors versus the Nets. Now we're gonna go and start off with the Suns versus the Mavs.
Suns
I'm gonna say Suns in
in 6.
6.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, guys. So Suns in 6 because I'm gonna be honest. I think Luka's gonna bring some competitiveness to that series. I think it's gonna be 2-2. If I'm gonna be honest, I think it's gonna go like this: Dallas steals game 1 in Phoenix. Luka has a big game. Game 2, the Suns roll past the Mavericks. Game 3, the Suns roll past the Mavericks. And then game 4 will be a tight game. And I don't know what team's going to win. I think it's going to be something along those lines. But
Yeah, and I think Luka's gonna average like 35 points per game, but then
right.
they're just gonna lock everybody else up. Like Spencer Dinwiddie will not have a good series. Dorian Finney-Smith, and I think the Suns will just get it done in the end. And I think a lot of the games are gonna be like super close. Like it's gonna be Luka versus Chris Paul and Devin Booker in the clutch, just going back and forth.
Yeah. So next year we have a Grizzlies versus Warriors series.
Warriors in 5.
What?
Yes, they're gonna. Steph's gonna be going off. I think Clay will have a really good series. Like
I
Clay is
was
always
I was I was gonna say Grizzlies in 6.
Grizzlies. You think? Why do you think the Grizzlies will win?
Now there's controversy to what I'm saying because of the whole playoff experience thing. But it's not like the Warriors have that much except for Curry, Thompson, and Green.
Yeah, but okay. But here's the thing: Curry, Thompson, and Green has literally won a championship. Think about it that way.
Yeah. Let's say Warriors in 6.
All right, that's fine. Yeah, I think the Warriors will get it though. I think Clay, Game 6 Clay is gonna come out and he's just gonna go off, and absolutely dominate.
Okay. Here.
You're actually gonna like what I'm gonna say for this next series.
Nets versus Raptors.
I'm gonna say the Raptors.
Me too.
Actually, because here's the thing.
No, no. You know why? It's not basketball related. You know why?
Why?
Because Kyrie Irving can't play in Canada.
Yeah, exactly. Literally, that's what I was gonna say. Like, he literally will miss because the Nets will have home court advantage, but he's gonna miss 3 games. I think they'll lose like all those games probably. I have a feeling because it's just
I have a feeling the Raptors will win a game in Brooklyn.
yeah, and I think they'll get it in like 6. I think that in Raptors.
I think 6. I think how it's going to be is it's going to be 1-1 heading to Toronto. Toronto wins 2 games. The Nets save game 5, and then Raptors win game 6.
Yeah, I think so. Because imagine if Ben Simmons came back though. That'd be so funny. And just like
and then imagine in game 7, like Pascal Siakam scores the same game winner that they scored on the Sixers.
literally Ben Simmons passes up a layup again. That'd be so funny. Yeah, I think the Raptors could get it because Kyrie can't play and like they need Kyrie.
Yeah. I think the Raptors will have a really tough playoff series with everybody, but I don't know. Going into the last series, we have the Bucks versus Celtics. Now, if every single series they've played, the Bucks have won the Bucks have won every series they've played. But the Celtics have gone much better than they are. Now it's all about playoff experience. Also, that's a big factor. How could the
They
Celtics
they
go in
both
there?
have playoff experience because this
Right,
because Tatum's been
right.
to Eastern Conference Finals twice. Giannis has been to the finals and won, obviously. Same with Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday. So I think it's pretty equal on that.
Uh,
This one's actually hard. I feel like the Celtics are gonna do something.
I think it'll be Bucks, and they're gonna win in like a historic Game 7.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be Game 7. Bucks. It's really gonna. It's just be so close. Like Bucks or Celtics, probably Bucks. Because Giannis is gonna drop 50. Just watch. Just like in the finals.
Yeah. Wait, why am I drawing an arrow with my left hand? All right. So, guys, 4 teams remaining: Suns, Warriors, Raptors, Bucks. Now, this is where it's gonna be like tight. It's gonna be controversial. Now it's like it's gonna be like every single series where you can't decide who's gonna win. So you have the Suns versus the Warriors.
Oh.
Suns in 6.
Yeah, Suns and 7. How about Suns?
Suns in 7. So if this happens, then the Suns are gonna have home court advantage. So I think it'll be tough. I think the Suns will take care of everything at home. That's why I'm saying 6. That's why I'm saying 6, because I feel like what it's going to be like 2-all going to Phoenix, and then Phoenix is going to win like a blowout Game 3, and then they're going to it's our game. My fault. Game 5, and then Game 6 they're going to win on the road in Golden State or in San Francisco. What am I saying? I feel like it's going to be one of those series where the Suns win everything at home, and then they win like one game on the road.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, I can see that. Yeah. Let's say Suns in 6. But that series is gonna be great too.
Oh yeah, the series will be great. I already know it's gonna be great. So we have the Phoenix Suns going into the NBA Finals for the 2nd straight year. Now, will they win? Definitely not. No, I'm kidding. So Raptors Bucks. Oh my god, this brings me back memories.
Oh, the wall on Giannis. Is that coming back?
The thing, I'm not even trying to be biased, dude. It sounds like I'm being biased, but the Raptors when they play the Bucks and the Sixers, they target Embiid and Giannis, and it always works. We haven't lost to the Bucks once this year, and we held Giannis to 16 points in the last game that we played them, and we didn't have Fred VanVleet or Scotty Barnes, and we still won that game.
Yeah, but I think it's the Bucks.
Nah.
You gotta go with the Bucks. I think Bucks in 7. It's gotta be 7 though. They'll get it though, because Giannis knows how to play. He's oh wait, I just realized when we're setting up if the Bucks win, but let's say I think the Bucks will win.
I still think the Raptors are going to take it in like 7 or 6 even.
No, I think Bucks. You got to go Bucks. Think about it. Think about what Giannis did in the finals last year against like a really good defensive team.
But still, they didn't contain them as well as the Raptors. The Raptors have are the best team in the NBA in terms of like containing like the big the best guys who are forwards.
But
Like
I think that because they don't have home court advantage. I think that the Bucks will get it. I think every game that like the home team will win every game.
Now, what happened last year though, or 3 years ago? What am I saying?
Well, they also had Kawhi 3 years ago. Like they don't have Kawhi this year, but Bucks literally got better since then.
The Bucks are not the 2nd seed. The Bucks are the 3rd seed.
Oh, really?
The Celtics are the 2nd seed.
No. Right now the Bucks are there because the Celtics have 3 losses.
The Celtics are 2nd in the East right now, and the Bucks are 3rd in the East right now.
Oh, it's because of the most recent game because the Celtics.
The Celtics just won. Yeah. Okay. So that would change the point. I think that would change a little bit, but I think the East is so tight where it could be like the Sixers in the 1st seed, or like or even the not the Raptors. I think
Not
it's
the Raptors.
yeah. I know. It's 2-way. It's 2-way, but. I think let's put. I can't do this to my team.
You got to put Bucks. They'll get it. Trust me. But it's gonna be very close. It's gonna be 7. It's gonna be 7. Yeah. Imagine Giannis hit like a buzzer beater 3.
I would cry. I would cry.
That would be so funny.
I can't do this to my team. Oh, fine. Okay.
And now look what we just set up. We've literally set up a rematch of the 2021 finals.
Now here, I'm going Suns in 7.
I'm going Suns too. I think the Suns will get it because they're just better than last year. What about Suns 6? You think that or no?
No, I think 7.
Yeah, probably 7, honestly. But I think they'll get it. And I think Devin Booker is going to be super happy that he stayed with Phoenix after all those years of being bad, those 5 years. And I think that Chris Paul is going to be like the 3rd greatest point guard of all time. The Raptors? Raptors will get it next year, when they sign Giannis in free agency.
We were supposed to sign Giannis, but we didn't.
Well, the Raptors should sign Rudy Gobert. I think that would be pretty funny.
I don't think we need it. We don't need a center. We need more backcourt, I think. For like a bench. We need like a bench role player.
Yeah, that's true. Probably, and I don't know, you need Fred VanVleet to just get better and better.
Yeah.
Should probably have it. So, I mean, that's a pretty good bracket, I think.
Yeah. So that's our playoff bracket officially. We have.
We'll see how it does. Well, it'll be like March Madness, right? Where we see.
We should take a screenshot of this, or we'll actually have it. We'll post it on Instagram as our bracket.
We just get a screen.
And we'll see. We'll post it on the Instagram. I'll take a screenshot of it.
Wait, how do I get a screenshot?
Okay, I'll take a screenshot. So we're gonna post it on the podcast Instagram after the podcast, and we will see if that is true.
I think we will get it though. I think we'll get something.
Yeah.
Imagine if the Lakers make the play-in spot and then they go to the championship or something. That would be so funny.
That would be funny. Well, listen, the thing is I think it would be much easier if this was like the final standings. I think the next time we do the podcast, which should probably be in a couple of weeks, we'll actually have like a good idea of the bracket, and it may already be like the plan might already be determined, so we can just guess the actual playoffs itself, not the plan. So yeah. So guys, I will stop screen sharing. All right, we're back. So big bracket. I think it's gonna be competitive. Competitive playoffs. Raptors will win. I'm already convinced by that. Yeah. But thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like the video and subscribe on YouTube. And then also make sure to comment your predictions for the playoffs. We're very curious to see if we're smart or stupid. But make sure to download on Spotify. Make sure to, come view our Instagram. It's at de.podcast. That's at de.podcast on Instagram. We'll definitely start posting more. Did take quite a long break in terms of posts, but we'll get back to it. And with that being said, everybody, we'll see you guys next time.